Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Film Box Podcast. I am your host, Aaron Souza, and I'm joined today by my good friends Connor Jameson, Sam Majewski, and Jasmine Chapatwala. Welcome back to the podcast. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing
Awesome. Good. Yeah.
Good. Great, yeah. This is going to be a fun episode. So today we are continuing Paul Thomas Anderson month, and we are going to be talking about Connor's pick for this month, which is Phantom Thread. And this was a great pick. We're going to talk all about this movie. But before we do that, we got to talk about what we've been watching lately, which means, Sam, go first.
As always. All right. So we recorded Monday, I think.
Yeah, it was like 3 days ago.
yeah. So since then I watched 2 movies. Nice. I watched Phantom Thread, and I finally finished the anime I was been watching, Attack on Titan. So the last 2 episodes of that, or I guess last episodes of that, is all in one movie, and it's on Letterboxd, so I logged it. So
nice. Very nice.
That's the only 2 I've been up to. So yeah.
All right.
I mean,
cool. Wow. Are you drinking anything?
Yeah. So a couple episodes back, Aaron, you had a Sprite iced tea.
Oh.
So I have a Sprite iced tea. I wanted to try it.
Yeah. Is this a first time? Oh, it's just opening. Lovely. I need to know your thoughts on this.
Definitely did not pick up, but
I heard it.
Interesting.
It's ass.
I like it.
Not for me.
But
all right.
I mean, it's as advertised. It is Sprite with tea. It tastes exactly as advertised. All right. Well, Jasmine, let's have you go next. What have you been watching? And there's one in particular that I really want to talk about.
I'll save that one for very last. I've watched a bunch recently. I've been trying to. So I've been going to the theater a lot just because, it's getting to be that season. They did the 40th anniversary of Clue. So I saw that in the theater.
Ooh,
and it was
nice.
you only get the one ending. But I got the right ending, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Thank goodness. I saw Caught Stealing. Thought that was pretty solid, pretty good. I rewatched Batman Begins because The Dark Knight was showing in the theater, and I was like, I need to see this in the theater again. I can't not. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched Phantom Thread. Something I did that I really loved was I saw Twinless, which is the new James Sweeney film with Dylan O'Brien, and then there was a Q&A with Dylan O'Brien after.
Oh, that's sick. I've heard good things about his performance.
Yes, incredible. I love that movie. Probably my second favorite of the year.
Really?
Straight
wow.
up. Yeah.
That's impressive.
It was that good. Didn't know anything going into it. I was like, oh, whatever. It's just I'm just going just to go. Looked up the Rotten Tomato score ahead of time, and it was 98. And I was like, there's no way. I'm like, is this about to be a masterpiece? Hilarious. Great. Anyways, let's get to what you really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Which I can't talk much about because I did sign an NDA.
Nice.
And yeah. Anyways, I saw The Running Man, the new one that Edgar Wright directed.
Yeah. Yep.
It was not completely finished. They told us that ahead of time.
That makes me even more mad.
I'm sorry. So some of the CGI work was not completely done.
That's cool.
And a lot of the music wasn't done, so they kind of had just filler music. And to me, I feel like that actually affects the overall movie, especially an Edgar Wright movie, because sound is so particular. I loved it though. It was really great.
Cool.
Did they just have
fun.
elevator music in place of?
That's basically what they had for it.
It's copyright free.
It's the "We'll be right back."
Yeah.
I have not seen the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I hear it's very different, and there's a couple little like Easter eggs for that.
Interesting.
There. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that movie, and I can't wait for it to come out. And can't wait to see the final product.
Yeah, that's very cool. I saw you log that on Letterboxd, and I was furious. I was so mad. Oh man,
listen,
it's gonna be cool.
It is. I don't know if they're gonna keep the ending. I kind of hope they don't.
Ooh. Well, I won't make you say any more.
Yeah.
But very, very cool.
Yeah. Super cool. Yeah, thanks. Glenn Powell's an action star, by the way, guys. Looking forward to that.
Very nice. Do you have anything to drink with you, by the way?
I do. I have my Gatorade Glacier Free Zero.
Nice. Very nice.
Gotta have those electrolytes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I have seen Sam. Jesus Christ. Sam just sent us a Snapchat of his little screen grab here, on his little icon in the people tab, and it's very funny.
It's gonna be the thumbnail.
No one's gonna be able to see that. That is strictly for Sam and our entertainment. Oh my god. Anyways, I have seen 4 movies, but technically 5, I guess, or 5, technically 4. Started off with 10 Things I Hate About You, which was a rewatch. I love that movie. It keeps getting better every time I watch it. Heath Ledger is just a treat, man. He's gone too soon. He was awesome. Follow that up in the evening. I was just by myself scrolling on Netflix and put on the original Running Man. Had no idea. I just was like, yeah, this is. I've been kind of like wanting to get back into some Arnold action, and so I watched the original. I very much enjoyed it. It was very cool sci-fi. Saw Phantom Thread the next day. That was good. We'll talk about it. Next day, saw it again. Did a twofer. Watched Phantom Thread a second time, just to kind of solidify my thoughts on everything and all that stuff. And then earlier today, I watched Booksmart, the Caitlin Dever, Beanie Feldstein comedy. I love that movie. It's great. I now own it on Blu-ray. Which is why I watched it. The delivery came in, which is cool. So that's what I have seen, and I am cracking open a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar.
Nice.
And
so no water.
No water.
No.
Not
the angel one out.
Mm-hmm. Another reference to something that happened off the pod. No one's gonna know.
We get to have our inside jokes here.
That's all right. And Connor, what about you?
So I've also seen 4 movies. Started it off with Found Footage, The Making of the Patterson Project, which is from Radio Silence. It's like a mockumentary about like the Bigfoot little video. It was actually really funny. It's really good. Definitely takes a big twist at the end, which it's a swing, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Then I watched the Naked Gun remake, and I had not seen a Naked Gun movie. Might be my favorite comedy of the year. That was just.
You should watch the original.
Yeah, the original.
I know. I know. But yeah, that was just so entertaining. Then I watched Eddington.
Yeah, it's a choice.
After what happened yesterday, it was...
And we're not going to talk about it.
No, but I watched it before everything happened, so I want to get that out on the record.
Timing
is everything, but that movie is quite good, and it's quite important. And then I watched Phantom Thread.
Lovely. Way to finish it out.
Yeah.
Doing, what do you have to drink?
I got water, and then I went out and I grabbed a Narragansett. Nice beer.
Nice. Oh,
I don't have to drive home.
Crack.
That was a good crack.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's talk about Phantom Thread, because this is going to be a really fun episode. I'm really looking forward to talking about that. And before we get into the nitty gritty, we got to go over some of the details of the Phantom Thread and some of the background. But first, I got to ask: have any of you seen this movie before?
Yes.
Who has? Oh,
Yes.
oh, Connor, you also own Phantom Thread?
Yes, and I own it, and I have seen it before.
Mm.
For those who have been listening for a while, this was actually a movie that was on my pick a movie game that I was doing at the end of every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, I went back and found it. It was the Sharknado episode.
Oh, wow. Great callback by
Nice.
us on the last episode.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll ask both of you then, do you remember the first time you saw it and what your initial thoughts were on it?
Yeah. I saw it in a theater.
Oh.
And
Oh,
oh yeah. And I was sitting there just with my sister next to me watching it. We're like, okay. All right. And then you get to the final scene and we both just looked at each other and our jaws dropped and we were like, this is what we're watching. Okay, got it. And we were like, no way. This is like, and it was like so shocking to me that I was like, I need to rewatch this immediately. Immediately the next day, rewatched it and was like, this is incredible. This is a masterpiece. It's one of my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson films.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And Connor, what about you?
Yeah, so more context to when I watched this. It was right before I got my wisdom teeth taken out. So I watched it before I was all drugged up. And
Nice.
I very specifically remember being like, at first it was like a little, I was trying to catch on to what was happening. Really, I'm like, okay, I think I know what's happening. And then I just ended up entranced by it. Just everything about the aura of this movie, to the point where I don't own a ton of movies on just physically, and I did get it.
Mm.
And
Well, that makes two of us because I do also own it. I own the same edition, but with the slipcover.
Whoa.
I did not
I'm
get
a little bit fancier. But no, this is So this was for me a first time watch, and I think Sam as well, first time watch, right?
yes, the first time watch.
So yeah, I'm very excited to talk about it. So without further ado, let's go through some of the background here. So Phantom Thread is a 2017 American romantic period drama film written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. It stars Daniel Day-Lewis, Leslie Manville, and Vicky Krieps, with music by Johnny Greenwood and produced by Focus Features. And it was released December 25th, Christmas Day, 2017, with a runtime of 130 minutes and a budget of $35 million. How much did this movie make at the box office?
100 mil.
Okay. Any other guesses?
I don't know. I would have probably gone for something around that 100 million.
Okay, Connor.
I said 50.
Oh, you said 50. Oh, I did not hear you say 50. This movie made 48.7.
Poof.
Huge
So
flop.
kind of a bomb, unfortunately.
They just didn't get it.
They
Well,
just didn't get it.
PTA's, like we
That's right.
discussed last time, PTA's movies have never really been box office hits. Other than, I think, Boogie Nights and There Will Be Blood, none of his other movies are really box office movies, and this
It
continued
also came out on
trend.
Christmas around the
Yeah.
holidays too. I don't
Yeah.
know. Sometimes the releasing around the holidays is good, but some other times it's not.
I've never
That's true.
understood the Christmas release date.
I didn't either.
that-
Because, no one's going to the movies on Christmas Day.
I get it. It's everyone's off from work and they physically could go, but I feel like people have other plans
Yeah, at least for me, like I have other things going on other than Christmas Day.
It might be like releasing on Christmas, so then you can, I don't know, think about the movie more. I don't know.
I
don't
also
know, maybe.
feel like 2017 was like huge for movies. So like I just real quick went to my Letterboxd to make sure I was like not making that up, because me and my friend, we are always talking about like 2017 was a great year for film, like Dunkirk, Blade Runner 2049, Baby Driver, Lady Bird, Get Out, Call Me by Your Name, like the Florida Project, I, Tanya, even Logan. Like there's so many movies that came out that year specifically. It almost makes sense that it kind of fell through the cracks a little bit on something people would be like super interested in seeing.
Yeah, I mean, and even looking at the top performers that year, 2017 was Star Wars Last Jedi,
Yeah.
the Beauty and the Beast live action, Wonder Woman, not great, but it's, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, It, Thor Ragnarok, Despicable Me, Logan, The Fate of the Furious. So, a lot of very good or very popular franchise work that year as well. Also, La La Land, which made 120 million.
That was 2017?
Yep.
What? That was 2014.
La La Land?
I'm pretty sure that's 2014, no?
No.
I don't think it was
2014. It actually released December 25th, 2016, technically.
So a whole year before. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So its run was really in 2017.
Yeah.
And it made 447 worldwide, 447 mil, which, I mean, talk about a smash. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Phantom Thread. And so this movie did not do well at the box office, but Sam, you always tell us how the critics thought of this movie and how the people thought. So why don't you run through what the Rotten Tomato scores are for everything?
I will do that. So it was actually pretty well received through the critics and the audience. It's sitting at a 91% for the critics. But it goes down a little bit for the audience, sitting at a 71%.
Wow.
So a 20-point difference.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised about that.
All right, and then
I was gonna say the consensus might be good, but there's always people that don't like the movie, which means it's time for
the opposite review.
Yeah, I'm getting better. Getting better at the transitions here.
All right, I got two for you today.
Ooh.
Okay, this headline says they should put this film in the sleeping pill section of the drugstore.
Wild.
This is a 1 out of 10 star on IMDb, by the way.
Oh, I thought that was just going to be it.
No. The full review. My favorite part of the film was the ending. No, not the end of the plot. The end of the credits after wasting 2 hours of my life. I recorded it on TCM, so thankfully I didn't waste any money on it. When my wife went to the bathroom, I secretly fast-forwarded 10 minutes. She didn't notice.
Well, no shit. If you hadn't seen it before... was that it?
And
was that the end of that review?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty crazy.
Nice.
And then this another 1 star says the headlines could not survive it. Could not survive it. I made it through 2 hours and walked out. That is pretty bad considering it was almost over and I did not care about missing the rest of it. I kept wondering when it would become
What?
I kept wondering when it would become dramatic or interesting in the least. It never does.
Because you missed the very end.
The main character smiles incessantly at his young lover.
That's what you got out of the movie?
God forbid.
He has the maniacal leer of a 12-year-old adolescence. And that is how the film opens and carries on for 20 minutes. So I am immediately thinking, quote, He may be a talented designer, but he is a moron, and so is she. End quote. There are no highs and lows throughout, just maudlin dialogue and frustrating relationships. The entire 2 hours I sat there was work, and I could not make it all the way through. 142 people gave this a thumbs up. 156 thumbs down.
Jesus. 1 out of 10. They didn't fight Thanos. Too boring. Too boring.
Where are the cameos at?
It's like, man, this movie was all about relationships. How boring. It's like, really? You went to a movie called Phantom Thread that's billed as a romance, and you didn't expect it to be
romance.
About... Yeah. Oh,
sorry, Mark Wahlberg's 12-inch dong isn't in this.
Oh man, well, it's a shame. Wasn't in Boogie Nights either. They weren't bold enough.
I think that was the third podcast in a row we've talked about.
Hey, I'm gonna bring it up every podcast.
It needs its own category.
Yeah, it's the Mark Wahlberg's 12-inch dong award for best random surprise reveal.
You know, my headphones are about to die, and I wish they died before I heard that.
Oh man. All right, well, I think it's time. Unless Connor, do you need to look for your other earbuds for a minute?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Oh.
If Connor just stops talking and leaves for 5 minutes, we'll know what happened. Well, friends, as I think you know, I prefer my asparagus with oil and salt. And knowing this, you've prepared my asparagus with butter. Now, I can imagine in certain circumstances being able to pretend that I like it made this way. Right now, I'm just admiring my own gallantry for eating it the way you prepared. It's time to talk about Phantom Thread. Let's do it.
All right. In 1954 London, obsessive fashion designer Reynolds Woodcock, speaking of 12 inches.
Wow, we got through one before we made a joke about it.
Well, okay. Because I saw like some behind the scenes stuff about how the name was a joke that Daniel Day-Lewis made to PTA, I think we could make the joke here too.
Yeah.
Anyway. Obsessive fashion designer Reynolds Woodcock creates dresses for members of London's elite and royalty with his sister Cyril. While on his way to his countryside home, he meets a waitress named Alma who catches his fancy. They begin a romance, but he soon is unable to regulate himself emotionally with her due to his work and his controlling personality, and they fight often. After he rebuffs a romantic dinner she plans for them, Alma mixes poisonous mushrooms into his tea, rendering him too sick to work and dependent on her to nurse him back to health. When he recovers, he asks Alma to marry him, but the demands of his work cause him to fall back into his old habits, and after losing a revered client, he blames Alma for distracting him from his work. Alma poisons his omelet soon after, and as he chews it, he realizes what is done, but swallows it anyway. The movie ends as Alma projects what their future together will look like. And that is Phantom Thread in a nutshell.
Great. So let's talk about what worked, which is the first category that we go through. And I got a few things right off the bat. I love when a movie just does an immediate title card. Yeah. Like this movie, it's like, this is Phantom Thread, and we are in. There is no like 5-10 minutes of credits, or there's no like credit sequence. It's just, here it is, let's go. And I appreciate that. And I think we've talked about that on a few PTA movies now too, where it's literally like he just gets right into the action. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It doesn't waste anybody's time. Great costumes as well.
Yes.
Great costumes, especially in the beginning. period of the movie. But just I think in general we can talk about just the costumes in this movie are phenomenal.
I know they were nominated for like costume design at the Oscars.
I think they won.
Did they win?
I think they won. Yeah.
Well, let's see. I had the Wikipedia. Some reason I got rid of the Wikipedia. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Original Score, and won for Best Costume Design.
Okay, yeah.
So
incredibly
there you
well
go.
deserved.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, what, Jasmine? What did you have? Well, give me something that worked for Phantom Thread.
I think what works is not just Daniel Day-Lewis, but is her name Vicky Krieps?
Cripes or
Have you said
Creeps?
Cripes?
Crepes.
I've heard creep.
Crepes.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
And for her to hold her own in scenes with Daniel Day-Lewis and it
Oh,
not
yeah.
just be like extremely jarring or anything, because I feel like he does kind of have that. If you don't have a competent actor opposite Daniel Day-Lewis, it is quite obvious. But I think everything with her and her character from the first time they're introduced works.
Oh yeah. I mean,
works.
she goes toe to toe with Daniel Day-Lewis in almost
Yeah.
every scene.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember there was a story that PTA told during like an interview about how during like the fireplace scene when they have their first date, there's like that long moment of silence. And she was supposed to have like a line come way sooner, but she was just holding on to it. To the point where like Daniel Day-Lewis was like, come on. And then like right as he's about to like say something, that's when she said the line. And he was
Brilliant.
Yeah, PTA was like, she knew exactly the rhythm of the scene, of the moment. She just, you don't get that with like anyone else really.
Yeah, well, and I think it speaks to the character too. Like this whole movie, both Alma and Cyril are extremely strong female characters. They are not like subservient to men. They are their own people. They are strong. They're actually, in most cases, better people, stronger people than Reynolds is. And Reynolds is like this obsessive. He's got a lot of issues, but Cyril and Alma, they kind of keep him together in a way. And that I love that decision. And I know for someone like PTA who has received criticism in the past for his portrayal of women in his movies, it's excellent. Really well done here.
I agree.
Yeah, and I do want to just talk about Vicky Krieps too, because I was doing some research. I was kind of getting myself ready to talk about this movie. And I came across the production notes where they were talking about the casting process for Alma and saying that like when they discovered Vicky, PTA said that she was perfect and that he picked her because she could both pass as a waitress in a diner and also as a gorgeous dress model, and that she can just as easily be plucked out of like a 1940s romance film as she can be in a film in 2017 directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Like she just has that look about her. She can cross generations, and that's what he was going for.
She has like an understated, like very classical, like face.
Absolutely.
And like stunning with like, I mean, she doesn't look like she's wearing a lot of makeup at all. Just like her features give her that like aura.
Absolutely.
Well, like even to that point, like when Daniel Day-Lewis first sees her in the movie, he's like, you can see how smitten he is.
Yeah, he's starstruck.
Like to the point where like he is like giddy in his seat. Like, please come over here. I gotta put in my order.
Is that what they call it nowadays? So Sam, I want to ask you on the flip side of this, how'd you feel about Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh, you know how I feel about Daniel Day-Lewis. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. Two of my top movies, my top 5 movies, he is in There Will Be Blood and Lost Mohicans. So again, not knowing anything about this movie, I was really going in with high hopes, and boy, he did not disappoint. So,
PTA, I know PTA said, I actually was listening to the Ringer podcast about There Will Be Blood, and they played a clip from when Bill Simmons did an interview with PTA years ago, and he said something very profound about Daniel Day-Lewis that has stuck with me every time I watch him. And PTA specifically said that Daniel Day-Lewis has an ability to say the lines as if it is him coming up with them in his mind and speaking them into existence, and not saying words on a page. And like that's seems like, oh well, every actor does that, and it's not true. Like most actors really, I mean, they might be great at delivering lines, but it's a completely different beast to be able to be like, that guy just thought of that thing right now.
Yeah.
And you know, you see that a lot in like improv comedy work, but not a lot in dramatic work. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah, and I think I noticed that in one of the conversations he was having with Alma. They were, I don't know if they were just like talking to each other and not really like kind of arguing. And then there was one part where like he said a line and then Alma started to speak, and like he kind of like repeated what he said. And I'm like, I didn't really like seem like that was part of the script, to be honest. And it worked. So
Was
yeah,
it like,
and
was it when he was like working and she brought the tea up and he was like,
so. Yeah,
he was like, I didn't want the tea. Like, you're interrupting me. And then she was like, okay, I'll take the tea away. And he's like, you could take the tea away, but the interruption's staying.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot exactly where it was, but
and that's just his ability too, because all of this is really, it's scripted work. He doesn't really, I mean, I don't know how much he improvises. I don't know if it's a lot, but he does it he speaks the lines in a way where it's like, okay, this is a character in real life who has just thought of these things and they're speaking to me in a dialogue, and they're not like essentially reading lines back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard to do things like that. But Daniel Day-Lewis is one of the greatest of all time, so you know.
yeah.
Connor, what did you think? What worked for you?
I honestly, just the characterization of Reynolds and Alma. I know that's incredibly broad, but just like, there's just something about how he is just like, we're introduced to him and he's someone who clearly doesn't have control over his emotions. Like, yes, he's obsessed with his work. He loves his work. I don't even know if he loves his work or he just feels like he has to do his work because of his relationship with his mother. But like, we saw it with like the first woman he had, where he's like, he can't even like break up with her. He has to have Cyril do it.
Yeah.
But then you see it like as his relationship with Alma kind of progresses, she's kind of this representation of love, kind of like she just wants to have these emotions with him that he just doesn't seem capable of because of this commitment that he's imposing on himself to his work.
It's an obsession, really.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you see it with like this domineering personality where like his routine is just too much. If she's making breakfast in the morning, he cannot function.
We will talk about that scene in a little bit for sure.
He has to pout and like kick her out.
Oh god.
If she brings him tea when he's like working, he has to kick her out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I totally agree. He does an amazing. It's such an amazing character because it's such a flawed character, but it's not flawed in like the typical like, this is a bad dude. Like, I don't inherently believe that Reynolds is like a bad man. He's just an obsessive over his work, and he has been for probably 40 years or 30 years or whatever it might be.
It's like he's the main character, but he's not necessarily someone that you need to root for. It's just someone you're observing.
Yeah. That makes me think too. It's like, you think about like, this movie doesn't have really a traditional like villain in it. No one's inherently bad. I feel like the villain in this movie really is the dressmaking more than anything.
It's his obsession.
Right. And it dominates his life. It affects his relationship with everyone, not just Alma, but also Cyril and the workers. And, to the point where Alma ends up basically poisoning him with mushrooms twice to get him to be like, hey, man, you got to take a break.
Mm-hmm.
It's very cool. It's a very cool concept. Speaking of, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, the diner scene, I just think it's an incredible meet cute.
Yes.
It worked. I was completely sold on those two meeting. Connor, I know you said that before, but it's just like, I guess maybe DDL just has a way to sell it, but man, I was in. He just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you feel happy for him, even though we've already established that, like, for lack of better terms, he just doesn't know how to, like, process any sort of feeling.
Yeah.
But then you just see
puts
him,
all of it into his work.
Yeah, but then you see him, like, watch her stumble, and he's like, oh boy, she's cute.
He's got game, though. He's got serious game.
Yep.
His work on Alma at the diner, I was like, damn, dude, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
When he takes her notepad away, you're just like, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I was blushing, and I wasn't even in the scene.
Yeah, he's like, are you gonna remember that order?
Yeah.
I will take that. Jasmine, what else did you like about this movie?
I mean, one of my favorite things about the movie is the use of color. So for like something I especially noticed yesterday, rewatching it, like I had known previously, but I was really paying attention to it. In her scenes, she's kind of like, because the color palette isn't extremely broad in this film, but like her scenes are much more warm and his scenes are much colder. And it's not even like an obvious hue change or anything like that, but even like the color she chooses to wear versus the colors he chooses to wear, and the way that they like interact when they're in scenes together, and the way that like just color like works so well to help tell the story of these characters that we're observing. Because I think so much of the film, like you were saying, is like you're observing this character, right? But you're also like observing this relationship. And the way it's told in like from the audience's like observational standpoint, it's giving us like so much about these characters just to see the color and the contrast and everything like that. Another thing that I will talk about in my theories thing later is the use of food in this film.
Oh yeah.
And like specifically consuming food in this film and how it works to tell the story as well. But yeah, pretty much the whole movie works for me. It's one of those films where I like look at it front to end and I'm like, there's nothing I would change. I don't have any like real nitpicks or anything like that either.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree with you. Like the especially on the food part, like the food photography specifically.
Yeah.
Dynamite. I'm a sucker for making for people filming food. I just it gets me every time. And there's multiple great shots of food.
I mean, the sound design of it too is incredible. Because again, like one of his pressure points is like the sound of people eating is, and they make sure you hear every little clink of the fork hitting the plate or like the kettle being picked up.
So. Jasmine, I'm sure you know this, having seen this movie for quite a while, but being a fan. But Sam, did you know that Paul Thomas Anderson shot this movie himself? He was the cinematographer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
So
that's what I had. That's another thing I had on What Works is the cinematography.
Yeah, so we can talk about that here. But like, he had for a majority of his career worked with Robert Elswit, going back up to Inherent Vice, and then like. Previously going all the way back to Boogie Nights. And they had, I guess, maybe rumored to have some sort of beef after Inherent Vice, and they just didn't work together anymore after that. And PTA actually took it upon himself to shoot this movie, and I think it works out incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
I also want to talk about, too, because this was in my research. We talked about Daniel Day-Lewis pretty at large. This was a big deal for both of them, both Daniel Day-Lewis and PTA, because I guess fairly famously, Daniel Day-Lewis does not work with many directors more than once. He's only done it 3 times in his career. He's worked with PTA twice. Obviously, There Will Be Blood in this movie. Martin Scorsese twice for Age of Innocence and Gangs of New York. And Jim Sheridan 3 times. My Left Foot, The Boxer, and In the Name of the Father. And that's it. So the fact that they collaborated again, I mean, it's a testament to their relationship and the skills that they have working together. I just thought that was really, really cool.
Wasn't it also famously supposed to be his last film? I know he just
so.
Yeah,
he did something with his son recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So actually, that's really, I'm glad you brought that up, because I think it was today he did an interview, which is incredible.
With Variety.
Just in the first place. But in the interview, he said that his whole thing and the reason he stepped away from acting was because, DDL's a method actor, and it takes a lot for him not just to get into roles, but to come down off of a performance and kind of get back into the real world. And he kept finding it harder and harder to come down from those performances. And to the point where in 2017 he said, "Okay, that's enough. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's getting difficult." But he said he never lost the passion for acting, for doing the work. It was everything else, and dealing with the come down and dealing with the fame part of acting that he just never was comfortable with. But he basically said, "I'm kind of coming out of retirement. Like, I never officially retired, and I regret saying that I retired. I just stopped doing work, but I'm feeling the fire again." So I think we're gonna see some more Daniel Day-Lewis stuff.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I think it just must be hard when you're like probably one of the most famous method actors.
Yeah.
It has to take such a heavy toll on you, because I saw, I mean, I don't know how true it is, because everyone can make stuff up. He was like sewing like 100 buttons a day in preparation for this.
He spent a year dressmaking with Mark Happel to do this movie. And he gained enough skill that he was able to recreate an original Balenciaga dress.
Yeah.
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 Like, this dude goes... It's incredible.
I mean, like, I don't blame him for being like, okay, we're done with Phantom Thread. What am I supposed to do with these skills now?
Yeah, all right. What is next? How do I get back to being a normal person?
Yeah.
Literally.
And also, he does kind of his own thing. I mean, in the late 90s, he disappeared for 3 years to go make shoes in Italy. Like, the dude just...
I don't blame him.
Wacko.
If he just got into like pottery for a while, I feel like he'd be incredibly well off. Just like...
He'd be able to remake that scene from Ghost with Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. He'd be really good at that one scene.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what else? Do you have anything else that works here before we move to what doesn't work?
I got 2 more things. Oh,
okay. Go ahead, Sam. Give me one.
Okay. Well, they kind of intertwine.
Okay.
But I guess the overall thing is his, I guess, character development and what we see with him. And this starts in the opening scene when Alma's talking to the doctor. I have it pulled up here. Alma says, "Reynolds has made my dreams come true, and I have given him what he desires most in return." The doctor says, "And what's that?" Alma says, "Every piece of me." Doctor says, "He's a very demanding man, isn't he? Must be quite the challenge to be with him." And Alma says, "Yes, maybe he is the most demanding man." And that just, I guess it was important to have that as the first scene, because throughout the movie, you notice these little things that he does that that proves that he is that demanding man. the first showing of the dresses, he gets super frustrated and he like lashes out at people. Obviously the dinner scene with the asparagus, it really shows how controlling he is, because every time like Alma argued back, he kept on finding a way to blame her for something.
Mm-hmm.
And then one other thing that I actually noticed was that this movie's rated R, and I'm like, why is it rated R? It's been an hour. There hasn't been any swears, nudity, or anything like that. I don't know how PTA likes nudity.
Well, yeah.
But I noticed the first F-bomb was an hour into the movie, and then after that, it was like every 10 to 15 minutes there was another one, and that could
that's pretty impressive.
And you could slowly like see like him like not going mad, but like him like
unraveling a little bit.
Unraveling a little bit. So
yeah,
that's just one other thing that I really noticed with that.
That's interesting. I did not realize that it was an hour in before the first
I think it was like
swear.
something
That's
like
really interesting.
55 minutes or something like that.
Hmm.
Another thing about the dinner scene, I love when he sits down, he just throws some salt over his shoulder.
That's awesome. It's a superstitious man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he sews the labels into every dress.
Yeah.
Never got married himself. Until Alma.
Yeah, well, she kind of poisons him, and that he's kind of like, maybe I should. All right, what else? Anything else that you guys have for what worked?
That's everything I got.
So, actually, I'm going to save this for best shots, best shots.
Okay. Well then, let's move on to what doesn't work.
Well, okay.
And I think I just want to talk about it. Are we sure about the name Reynolds Woodcock? I mean, come on. Are we sure that that's the one we want to... I mean, we could have... This isn't based on a person. Like, we could have chosen...
Joe Steelballs.
Joe Steelballs.
I mean, it made him happy,
like
so...
It's just... don't need Woodcock as the name. I mean, come on.
Listen, if Daniel Day-Lewis goes up to you and says, I want my character's name to be Reynolds Woodcock, what are you going to do?
Saying yes.
Are you going to say no?
Maybe.
Hey, what if we
what are you
say
thinking?
something a bit more professional?
Yeah. I mean, like... It's a little on the nose. It feels like more in place in Boogie Nights than in Phantom Thread. Like if Eddie Adams had said, I want my porn name to be Reynolds Woodcock, I think Jack might be like, yeah, that's a pretty good name. It's better than Dirk Diggler.
PTA just didn't have the vision then.
He wasn't thinking ahead. He obviously needed Daniel Day-Lewis in Boogie Nights. All right, I got one other thing that didn't work for me, and that's it. But the first dress that they deliver, it kind of ugly. I was not impressed on the very first dress.
It's kind of ugly.
I was like, really? That's the one
The red one?
The dress? Luckily, the rest of the movie redeemed itself. But I was like, oh, okay. That's what famous designer Reynolds Woodcock has come up with, is this? Anyways. What do you guys have? Do you have anything that doesn't work with this movie?
No.
Wow, I was the only one.
Well,
no, Sam's got one.
Yeah,
Okay,
this might be a little controversial, maybe a hot take.
Where's the dick?
Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't get to see Reynolds' 12-inch.
Where's his woodcock?
I think. I honestly think that the little conversation with Alma, like the conversation between Alma and the doctor, was it like, I wasn't sure if it was like a flashback or if it was in like the future. I'm not sure if that was really the place, because we saw it the first scene in the beginning and then like maybe one or two other times in the first hour and then never again. I kind of seemed that was a little out of place. Maybe it could have been added a little bit more, or like just have it first thing. So it's just, I don't know.
I mean, I see it as like an interstitial, because it does also play at the end, I believe, right? Like at the very
or
end,
maybe something like that. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it is kind of a little bit like, all right, where is and when is this taking place, kind of thing. But I can see that it's definitely is a little bit different than the whole rest of the film. But I do like it as an interstitial sort of thing. But yeah, no, maybe a little bit more frequently or a little bit more identified. But anything else that you had for what doesn't work? All right. Well, moving on.
To say for what does work.
Yeah. Well, that means we got to vote on best scene, and I've got a couple nominees for you, but obviously feel free to bring in some more. The first nominee for me is the first dressmaking scene with Alma, when he brings him into his home and he makes that dress for her. I mean, that is like sex. Like, come on, that is what an amazing scene.
Yeah, I had that for mine too.
What I like about that scene too is how he like kind of dehumanizes her
a little bit.
How like he doesn't, when he's like in this mode when it's work, he just sees the dress. He doesn't see the human wearing the dress. Right. Like he has a line like, I gotta find it, but it's basically like, it's my job to give you breasts if I choose to.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, he's just like, you're at my whim, basically. Like,
you're in my domain now.
Yeah. But it's a great scene.
It's great. It's very romantic, and I love seeing him at work. It's really the only scene that we get to see him truly working for an extended period of time. And I mean, Daniel Day-Lewis just sells it completely. Next one is one of the funniest scenes in the movie. It's Alma distracting Reynolds at the breakfast table, making her breakfast. Hilarious. Every single thing, making as much noise as possible, and you can see Daniel Day-Lewis getting more and more agitated.
Yep.
Oh, so funny. I was dying laughing when I saw it the first time. And then the other nominee I have is the ending with the omelet and them discussing first her making the omelet, and it's like he's brooding in the corner, and then they sit down together and they have this conversation, and then he eats the omelet, and it's like there's a lot of energy between them. There's a very charged, and it's just excellent. What else you got?
She drops one of the coldest lines then too.
Oh yeah, what did she say?
Oh shit, I'm trying to find it. It was something about laying flat on the ground.
Yeah, she says, "I want you flat on your back."
Yeah,
helpless. Yeah.
I'm like,
there's a lot of really hard lines in this.
Yeah, there is.
Like when Cyril's just like, you don't want to pick a fight with me, I'll like run right through you.
Yeah.
Yep. I almost chose that as my lead-in line. But yeah.
There's another line when Alma and Reynolds was like first not like hooking up or stuff, and then she's like, whatever you do it carefully kind of thing. I'm like, damn, he's like threatening him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's another one where like it's like one of the only times where like he seems kind of like intimate and almost like you seem thirsty, and it just cuts to them speeding in the car, like whipping around a corner trying to get home fast.
Very funny. All right, what other scenes?
I like the New Year's scene a lot. When he like chases he goes after her at the New Year's party, and it's focused on his face as like the countdown hits 0, because normally you have like that's when the person would find the other person to kiss them, but in that moment he doesn't find her in time, and you actually just see like the desperation and like the sadness just kind of take over. It's like, I missed it.
Yeah.
And then when he does find her, he's just,
he's angry.
Yeah.
He's like, I think again, he doesn't know how to process that emotion of like, I guess it's my fault for like, we should have been at this party together, but I didn't want to go, so you're here alone, and I found you too late, but I'm gonna blame you instead.
Right.
Yeah.
I had one scene that I'm probably going to vote for because this is probably my favorite scene of the entire movie. When Reynolds is first sick in bed, and then when Joanna, right? That's who it was, or his ex-wife, or was it his mom?
His mom. That's his mom.
It's his mom
Yeah.
appears.
Yeah,
by the
his
door.
mom
Oh,
appears,
yeah.
staring at him, not saying anything. In comes Alma, opens the door, and it's a one take. She walks to the right, opens up whatever it is, goes back, pans over, and she's not there anymore.
It's very cool.
And I just think that was my favorite scene.
First time watching it, genuinely horrified.
Yeah, that was kind
It
of
was almost like a horror
scary.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like actually scary and so unsettling.
And it kind of really gets you into the mind of like, he's very sick at this point. He's seeing ghosts, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is what it might actually be like for someone to see ghosts while they're either really, really sick or essentially tripping on mushrooms, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just even like the score during that scene, the lighting, it was super dim, and
Yeah. Especially with all like the importance of it, like with everything that happened with his mom. And then when Alma shows up, his mom disappears, kind of like passing that torch onto her.
Yes.
And then after that, that's when he heals and asks her to marry him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Kind of like a turning point.
Yeah.
it is. Any other scenes that you guys really like that you want to highlight? All right, well, let's vote. My vote is for the dressmaking scene.
my vote's
too.
for his mom scene.
I was also going to vote for the mom.
Oh,
Ooh, we got a tie. All right, co-winners. All right, best performance. I've got two nominees. It's Vicky Krieps and Vicky Krieps and Daniel Day-Lewis.
yeah, that's who I had.
And I don't think you can choose one or the other. They're both tremendous in this movie. Anyone disagree?
I like the doctor.
Oh, the shifty-eyed stepson. All right, best shot. Circling the sewing table. Cyril walking around the sewing table as they're trying to repair the dress. And it's all one take opposite the table of her. Great shot. There's a shot shortly after this, too, of Daniel Day-Lewis, and he's not sick anymore, and he comes out of bed, and it looks like he's going over to inspect the dress, because they prominently feature it at the beginning of the scene, and then it's under the table as he walks by, and he walks straight by the dress directly to Alma. And I feel like that's like almost like a turning point in his emotions. It's obviously he's just gotten over being sick. It's just after this mom scene, and he's like, "Oh, this is the person that I actually belong with." And my work is secondary to that. I just thought that was an excellent little moment. The New Year's celebration, tracking DDL through the crowd to find Alma, and then that one take of them staring at each other and him taking her away. And then any shot of food, any single shot of food. That's my nominees. What do you guys got?
There's early on. There's this the shots of like the cameras mounted to his car as he's driving into town. That's insanely cool. Alma and Reynolds are like on the hillside, just talking and walking, and they have like the water and the sunlight behind them. Just a beautiful shot. The mom, and then at the very, very end, as like Alma is kind of talking about thinking about what their future is going to look like, and it's like the New Year's scene again, except this time they're just dancing alone.
Yeah, I had that
on.
Yeah,
That's a great
on
shot
the dance
too.
floor, with the balloon. It's just a beautiful shot,
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
which would be probably my pick.
Sam or Jasmine, any other choices here?
I mean, I would say like the mom scene too. I think just like as like again, like the way the visuals are like genuinely horrific. And of course the balloons. The balloons are like when you think about the movie, like you think about that specific, like literally them dancing with the very colorful balloons all around them. Yeah.
Sam, any others that you got?
Yeah, I got three. Well, one was the dancing at the end. I got two others. One is like one of the first scenes in the movie when when all the workers are walking up the stairs and the camera just pans up the circular stairwell.
Oh yeah. That's a cool one.
And then there's also one scene they were out to like at a dinner, and the two young fans come up and talk to them, and you could see the reflection in the mirror, but you can't like see them. So it's just the camera's just facing towards the people sitting down, but behind them has the mirror, and then the fans are like facing in the mirror, and you can only see them in the mirror and not. So I just really like that scene.
That's a cool shot. All right, go ahead.
No, that made me remember too the other point I wanted to make. There's two scenes that are pretty much mirrors of each other in like I think it's the diner, not the first diner, but like it's Alma, Reynolds, and Cyril all eating together. But in the beginning, it's like right when they first are together, he is sitting with his arm around Cyril, and the distance is between him and Alma. And like you could tell in that moment, like his allegiance is lying with his family still and with his work. But then after he's married to Alma, it's the exact same shot, but now his arms around Alma, and the distance is him and Cyril, which I just thought I thought it was an excellent way to kind of portray like this is the shift that's happening within him.
I love that. That's such a great point. I didn't even catch that. That's a great catch. All right, let's vote.
Balloons.
Yeah,
Balloons.
honestly, you got me. I didn't even think about that shot, but it is gorgeous. So it's the balloons.
It's gotta be
It's the balloon hands.
Okay. All right. What if couldn't find anything? I don't think there was any casting changes that would have been done in this movie. So
No.
Is this the best, Connor?
All right, I got two. First one, is this the best romance movie where a spouse incapacitates the other?
Probably. I can't think of
What
any
are our
other
other options?
Killing of a sacred deer inadvertently,
In a sense.
in a sense. But no, I would say this one's better.
This one's great.
I'm trying to think, because every time they do it, they're not significant others. It's always like, we're not together and I need you to stay here.
Does Avengers Endgame count when Natasha Romanoff falls?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I saw where you were going with it.
What a pull. What a pull. I have one for you guys because I usually bring in at least one. And this was kind of a real debate. Is this Daniel Day-Lewis's best movie or best performance?
No.
Best performance? No.
Really? I think it's close.
It's
probably
close.
second. It's probably like second or third for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it There Will Be
Up
Blood?
there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best performances of the century.
Yeah.
What I think is super underrated about his performance here is he is definitely as angry as Daniel Plainview, but he has to contain it more.
Yeah.
So it definitely makes it more entertaining when he does have the moments where it slips.
Right,
Yeah.
right, because Daniel Plainview is able to he puts all of that anger out towards other people. He's a con man. He takes advantage of people. But DDL or Reynolds, I don't think he understands. Not only like he has to internalize it, I just don't think he also understands what to do with it. at times. So he just kind of is like, I'm just going to retreat into my work at all times.
Yeah.
All right, what else you got for Is This the Best?
All right. So of all the PTA recurring leading stars, who consistently gives the best performances? So obviously we have Daniel Day-Lewis, There Will Be Blood, and Phantom Thread. There's Philip Seymour Hoffman, who was in, he had a small role in Heart 8, but Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, The Master. John C. Reilly was Heart 8, There Goes the Cat, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Licorice Pizza. And probably the last notable one is Julianne Moore for Boogie Nights.
What about
and
Joaquin?
Magnolia. Oh, Joaquin, yes. He was a bit further down the list with The Master and Inherent Vice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think strictly because like Daniel Day-Lewis gives two of his greatest performances in his career in the two PTA movies that he does.
Yep. I would say yes.
And they're so different from the rest of his movies, really. I mean, everything up to... Oh, I can't speak for Heart 8 because I haven't seen Heart 8 yet, but I have essentially watched all of PTA's films in the span of a week or a week and a half. And the thing that I notice is like everything up to There Will Be Blood is very surreal. And it deals very heavily in that surrealist kind of nature. There Will Be Blood is extremely different. It's a period piece. It's real and raw and terrifying at times. And then The Master and Inherent Vice, The Master is a bit more realistic, but still kind of out there, kind of surrealist because of its subject matter. And Inherent Vice is just, that's way out there. And then he comes back to Phantom Thread, which feels, again, very real and grounded. It's something different from anything he'd done before. I think because of that, it's just an indicator of how good they are together. Yeah. So yes, I would say yes.
I agree.
All right, heat check. The best performance by a one-scene character. I have one nominee, and that is Miss Harriet Sansom Harris as Barbara Rose, the drunk.
Yeah, that's who I had.
It's a great performance. There's not a lot of like small performances here, but she's got like 3 scenes, and she's just hammered in every single one to the point where she literally just passes out at her own wedding. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And she also captures that like sadness and like understanding why she's drinking, which is, when you don't really tell anyone much about the character at all, it's like, and she obviously hates herself. It's so sad. It's sad. Yeah. And it's like a beautiful performance to watch. And then honestly, it's even sad to see how the characters react to her. Like rather than feel bad for her, they're like, get that dress off her.
It's exasperation more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah. Any other heat check performances? I don't know if there's really anything else in this one. What are you guys laughing at over there?
No, it's just
the light just went off. Nice. Darkness. I didn't even notice it. He's shrouded in darkness.
Anyways.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, he's got the hiccups.
Hold your breath.
Who would make this movie better? Jasmine, I'll start with you. Do you have one? Anything for who would make this movie better?
No, I don't. I think it would be like rude to say if I think anyone would make this movie better. I think we're good on who's in it. I wouldn't switch out a single actor.
Interesting.
But that's just me.
Interesting. Well, Connor, how about you? Do you have?
I have one, and it's so minor.
Okay.
Literally, I was like maybe like Joe Alwyn as the Doctor. Just give him like a minor role.
Okay. Sam, what about you?
Yeah. this might also be another hot take. As much I did love Leslie Manville's performance as Cyril, but I think this person would have made it a little bit better. I had Maggie Smith.
Oh,
did you have
I did too. Let's go. Again, nothing against Leslie Manville's work, but I just the whole time was thinking Maggie Smith would fucking crush in this role,
especially in the period piece kind of thing. So
I cannot believe that was the same one. When you texted us the other day, it was like, can the person be dead? And I had already written it down, and I was like, well, mine is. That's a great poll. I do agree with that, though. Again, Leslie Manville gives an excellent performance here, but Maggie Smith, who has experience in period dramas and who can play this sort of role and be this strong female supporting character and just has that vibe. I mean, it feels like a match for sure. And she's doing Downton Abbey right at this time. So, I don't know. Could have worked. Maybe a little too old to be Reynolds' sister, but
counterpoint. Daniel Day-Lewis and Leslie Manville became really good friends right before they started filming this.
No, he asked for her.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I feel like it would just be so rude to take that away from him.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I'm not saying it was a bad
adult
casting.
Friends are so hard to come by. I'm not going to take that away from someone.
That's the only reason. It's like Daniel Day-Lewis specifically has a real hard time.
I mean,
I can only imagine why.
This is the guy who was a stage actor until he saw a ghost on stage and never did a stage play again.
Sorry, I can't hang out. I got to sell 100 buttons today.
Sorry you didn't hear from me for years. I was making shoes in Italy. Why, Daniel? Why? Oh no!
Sorry, I was studying clay down in Mexico.
I was the ghost in Ghost.
He's living a life, though. Can't say he's not living a life.
I want one day, I would just want Daniel Day-Lewis in just a shitty rom-com. Just a side character in Superbad or something. Just
there you go.
Give me Daniel Day-Lewis in a normal movie once, please. I beg you. All right, hot takes. This is gonna be a fun one. I have one. I don't know how huge of a hot take it is. It's big for me. And again, having seen basically all of his movies in a span of a week and a half, this is, to me, by far, Paul Thomas Anderson's best film. And it's not even close for me.
That was my hot take as well.
Lovely.
Mine was There Will Be Blood is way more iconic. Phantom Thread is easily his best.
I 100% agree with that. This movie absolutely blew me away, and I think we're kind of implying how good we all think it is. It's his best film. I watched it twice in 2 days. I literally watched it once and was like, I want to watch it again, and watched it again the next day. And I never do that. So, excellent movie.
I bought it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I bought it.
I only buy movies if it's something I would want to show my future kids.
As you can see, I have over 700 movies that I'm going to show my future kids.
Aaron has a collection that's just look cool.
Look, I got some more stuff today. We were out at one of the shops, and I was shopping with Em, and she was like, I want this movie, and it was The Legend of La Llorona. And I was like, fuck it, I guess we gotta buy it. So I now own The Legend of La Llorona, which has a 1.7 on Letterboxd.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's all right. And I also own Jumanji, the new one, the first of the Jack Black, Dwayne Johnson ones for whatever reason. So
they're the Nick Jonas ones to me.
Okay. that's what it's known for sure.
Or was he just in the second?
Who knows? The
Whatever
mystery.
one he was in was the one I saw.
It's a mystery.
He was in the first one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first one.
I haven't seen any of them, so I couldn't tell you.
Well,
Boy.
that's
And
your
it
homework.
looks like he's in the second one too. So
Wow. Good for him. Getting work. All right, Sam, what's your hot take?
the Spanish wedding dress is ugly. I didn't like
Oh,
it.
really? You didn't like it?
I
The white
didn't
with the
like it.
lace?
I don't think that's a hot take at all.
Really?
Oh, okay.
I agree with that.
I didn't like the top. Like, it
Yeah.
was just a little bit.
He even says it's kind of ugly. It's not very good.
Shows how much I know. I thought it was cool. I thought the first dress was ugly, so I don't know. Speaking of dresses, I just gotta say, there was one dress that they put Alma in, the one where she does the photo shoot, the pink dress. She's in that like ballroom. Oh, stunning! What a dress. All right, Jasmine, hot take, and
Okay.
this can lead straight into your theories as well.
Oh, okay. Well, my
Uh-oh.
hot take is very different from my theories.
Well,
my
that's okay.
hot take is that not only is Reynolds like an obsessive to the point of like it being like a genuine actual problem, but he is completely neurodivergent.
Oh, I believe that 100%.
Okay.
I had that
Yeah.
thought while I was watching it too.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's certain things here where I'm like, this is just.
Yeah.
You can be specific, and then you can be like if it's
Obsessive compulsive or something like
Yup.
that.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. No, I
But-
love that take. I think it could be totally accurate.
Just saying. And we would only ever know if Daniel Day-Lewis told us that he played it like that, which he never will.
Yeah, we'll never know.
We'll never know.
Honestly, I don't want to know because then I'd have to know that he somehow method acted his way into playing a neurodivergent person, and I don't need to know his
Wait,
process
what
for
do you
that.
mean method acted. He made shoes for 3 years in Italy.
Okay, maybe that one's a little bit easier for him. We don't know. Oh god.
okay.
Actually, before you do that, Connor, did you
Yes.
have any others? Or was your hot take just the PTA thing?
Just the PTA thing.
Okay, Jasmine,
okay.
this is your first episode on for a review that we've done. I think, yeah, with this format. So one of the things that you love that you've told us about is film theories
Yes.
and kind of discussing maybe the unconfirmed behind the scenes background stuff behind some of these films.
Yes.
So we
Behind
have a
the scenes-
dedicated category for you.
Yes.
And I will let you come up with a name for it in your own time if you have a specific name for it. But this is an opportunity for you to share with us some of the theories that you've discovered or know about for Phantom Thread.
Okay. Well, this one's not so behind the scenes, but just because like the movie itself is like so specific on like food, and it's again, you're observing everything. So for me, one of the things that I was kind of like thinking about and theorizing and looking into afterwards was the use of food. And so I really want to just talk about the use of food as like metaphor for power and the dynamic switching between the two, and also for like consumption, not only just consumption of the food but of each other. So in the beginning, when they first have their meet cute, right, he's starving, he's so hungry, he's willing to eat all of this food. We find out throughout the movie that he really doesn't have much appetite, but clearly he has a huge appetite for Alma.
Oh,
We see her, right? And then we can see every time she's eating food and it's bothering him, he looks disgusted and like completely loses his appetite. And they even have a line where his sister says like, if breakfast isn't right in the morning, like it can ruin the whole day. And I think that has to do with like him being like in the like headspace he needs to be in to get through his day, whether that's that he had a huge breakfast or whatever. Anyways, I think that this is like further confirmed by the very, very end when we get to the scene of her cooking the omelet. Because she's using butter, and obviously she knows he's watching her every move. And he very specifically hates butter, as we heard before, right? One of his least favorite, least indulgent foods. And her specifically cooking this omelet in butter in front of him and essentially forcing him to eat it, but not really forcing him. She just knows he's going to eat it, and he knows he's going to eat it as well, because she's kind of saying like, hey, you're going to do this even though you don't want to do this. This is not something you like to do, but you're going to do it anyway, because that's her way of like gaining the power back. And when he's eating it and like even taking his time and like looking her directly in the eyes, it's him being like, yeah, you can have it for a little bit. You can take this power for just a moment before I go back to my like oil and asparagus. So
it's very cool. I like that.
Yeah. I liked looking at food in this, and like you can think of all kinds of scenes where you can see that exact like power play. Even when she cooks for him that night and he hates it, it's because he's not willing to give up his like
power. And she's in that moment, she's the one with the control.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love that. Yeah. It makes you relook at the movie a whole different way.
Something I caught on to the second time, and this is definitely a theory. I feel like he definitely knows she poisoned him.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna ask about.
She's making the omelet, because the way he's just looking at her, he's looking like he knows something's up, and like the fact that it takes him so long to even like get into the omelet, I just feel like he knows that there's something going on.
It's exactly the way they're able to like balance their relationship. Like he has to let her do that, and he knows he has to let her do that, and he's fine with letting her do that. He's like, yeah, no, like you'll make me well again, and then we'll have to go through this whole cycle of like me essentially falling out of love with you until you do this again.
You make me right again. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I love that. No, I think that's a great theory. Do you have any others, or is that the one theory that you had?
I mean, that was like the main one.
Yeah, no, that's great. I love that. No, I think it's a great theory. It's like I said, it really makes you kind of reevaluate how you're watching the film and studying how these people are interacting each other through food. So I really do love that. All right, let's go to. I've got questions for the movie. I've got one question to ponder to each of you. So Connor, you brought it up whether Reynolds knew for the second time. Do you think he had an inkling the first time?
No.
I think that there's a chance that maybe he I don't know if he knew specifically like she poisoned this tea with these mushrooms, but like maybe he had an idea of like she's gonna do something. And then that ended up being what it was. I don't know. Second time watching it, I just kind of felt like, okay, maybe he's onto something. And that's why he was so willing the second time to be like, I know what's going to happen here.
I think it was through the experiences of the first and like seeing how like she was the one who came to him, and he was like, okay, she's making my food again after we've been fighting again. Yeah, maybe like that prolonged like look he was giving her is like, because he's a smart guy. Maybe that's him just kind of piecing it all together. Of like, all right.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I think that's totally valid. Any? What do you have, Connor? I'll go to you. Do you have any questions for this movie?
I'm sure it was in the book in the kitchen, but do you think Alma knew what the mushrooms were going to do to him? Like if it would kill him, if it would take him out, like what if it paralyzed him?
I think she was straight guessing, man. I don't think she really knew.
Like
at that point she was desperate.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she would have cared if it killed him.
Yeah.
She was like willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Yeesh. Tough luck for Reynolds. Sam, do you have a question for the movie?
I didn't think of any.
Okay. Jasmine, what about you? Any questions for this movie?
Honestly, no. I feel
okay,
like
well
I
then
got everything answered.
Wonderful. Then I'm going to move to a new category. What happens the next day? This movie obviously ends a bit, not really on a cliffhanger or anything like that, but you get to imagine what their life is like a little bit. So I want to ask each of you, what happens the next day? Sam, I'll start with you.
Doc comes back over and he sees his mom again. I'm just kidding. No, I think that she poisons him, and I think, you know what? I think he dies this time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like she poisons him again, and he's done for. Like third time's a charm sort of deal.
Yeah.
Because you know what? The first time she kind of grinds up the mushroom into the tea. The second time she just chops it up, puts it all in the omelet. So she definitely like macrodosed him.
Yeah. First time it was like, here's what a little bit of infused tea will do to you, versus you're gonna eat 3 whole mushrooms in 1 omelet. Good luck.
If you really want this to be a dark romance,
it's Romeo and Juliet for the modern age. Except she's killing him and then maybe herself. Who knows?
It's also 1954. It's not really the modern age.
Well, it's more modern than Romeo and Juliet.
I don't know. Leo's Romeo and Juliet takes place after 1954.
All right, Connor, what happens the next day?
I kind of agree with Sam. I think you might die. Now that I think about it, you definitely should not have eaten 3 mushrooms.
Maybe not. Jasmine, do you agree with this sentiment?
Possibly. I was thinking more along the lines of they call the doctor and he alerts the police because Alma's told him enough in the beginning.
Oh,
and for him to like piece things together and be like, I think she's poisoning him.
That's a good one too.
And they open up an investigation.
I love that.
So there's no happy ending to this movie.
No.
It's investigation into his death, probably, because
it then becomes a police procedural after.
Yeah.
It becomes a courtroom drama after that.
Yep.
I want the
She's
truth.
Like proud of it, telling him. She's like, yeah, no, sometimes he just needs to slow down. Okay. The doctor's like, now I know what you mean.
Yeah. They just bring in Tom Cruise to litigate the whole thing, and mine was a little bit different there. So I went like a bit far thinking with this, but I view this as Alma eventually, whether it by Reynolds retiring or he dies pretty immediately after this movie, she takes over the business and she brings it into the modern age. And she becomes the owner of House of Woodcock. It's just still a stupid ass name.
The Woodcock House.
Yeah. She brings it into the modern because he's already, there's the hints of like he's losing clients because his stuff isn't chic, and he's gonna refuse to adapt to that because he can't even stand the word, let alone the new style. But she's much younger. She's gonna work to bring it into the modern age, but it'll be after Reynolds retires or dies.
And I think Cyril would stay in exactly the position she's in.
100%.
Just like, because she even says she's super fond.
Yeah, she loves Alma.
Yeah,
that's right.
She likes.
That was one of the things that I had.
Him.
Yeah, that was one of the things I had that I didn't mention for what worked was that like they make a point to not pit the women against each other. Like they are in support of each other, and it's great. All right, friends, is this better with the Challengers cast in it?
No way.
No, but you would have to put Zendaya in the Daniel Day-Lewis role.
Yeah, I was thinking you could gender bend this and make if you made like a 21st century version of this movie, and it's like almost like Devil Wears Prada, but Zendaya in the role with the other two. I could see it.
Yep.
But no, it's not better.
Josh O'Connor's Alma. Mike Feist.
But why isn't Mike Feist Alma? Like
he had his time.
He's a little soft.
He already got Zendaya once.
Yeah.
Let someone else have a shot.
AKA Josh O'Connor, the other person in that movie.
who landed his shot
Yeah, they'll just take turns back and forth.
like a tennis match.
Like,
All right, well-
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that.
It's a great one. It's a great one. Yeah, this is why they don't pay us the big bucks. Well, as we end off every pod when we do these reviews, we got to talk about what prop we're taking home from this movie. I will start here. I'm taking home the Notebook of Designs. I'm taking home Reynolds' Notebook. I just, the few shots we got of him actually sketching were incredible. I just want that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sam, you said you had an interesting one earlier. I want to hear what it is. It's Mark Wahlberg's 12-inch prosthetic penis, isn't it?
Can I take the blood vessel on the side of Day-Lewis's head?
Yikes.
Can I take his...
like, look at that thing.
He had it ready. He had it ready.
He was waiting.
You can see it from here.
Lovely. Oh yeah,
No, but
it's bulging.
seriously, I think honestly, his bed actually looks freaking comfortable. I'm gonna take the bed.
Nice. Oh man. All right, Connor. What are you taking
I'm
home?
taking the suits.
Okay.
So,
I don't know. Everyone needs a good suit, and I'm taking like
Yeah.
the best tailored suits out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Does he? Do you think he tailors his own suits, or does he just do dresses?
I mean, I would imagine he does his own suits as well.
I could see it. Jasmine, what are you taking home?
okay, I kind of have two. One, his car, so cool. Love his
Yeah,
car.
it's a cool car.
Would love to drive that around. But really, what I would get the most use out of is that mushroom book.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
That would be on display in my kitchen where I have my Bob's Burgers book right now. I
This
want
is
everyone
almost
to know.
Poison Book.
Yeah.
One
What do you want for
mushroom.
dinner? You're gonna have something. I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be something with mushrooms.
Well, if
scaring everyone.
the four of us get together sometime, we're not eating at your house.
Yeah, I'm not eating anything that you prepare. If it has mushrooms, I'm passing. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, for not personal reasons at all, I would love to have that.
Yeah. So I almost took the dresses. I wasn't gonna wear them. Obviously.
Just to have.
Just to
All
have them. There's a couple really good dresses in this movie. I'm surprised no one else wanted to take the dresses. It's kind of the whole thing revolves around that, but it's okay.
They're not chic enough.
All right, well, that leads us to the very end of this review, which means we got to talk scores, ladies and gentlemen. So, Jasmine, you're our guest here. I will start with you. What is your score? Give us your summation for Phantom Thread and your score.
My summation is based on my Letterboxd review from years and years ago, and I still stand by this rewatching it. I think it is an essentially perfect film.
Mm-hmm.
5 out of 5 stars. There's to me, to have every single thing work so well together between sound, visual, aesthetics, what's the word? Atmosphere, storytelling, acting, everything, location, everything. It's top tier, perfect film for me. Simple as that.
I love it. Sam, I'll go to you. What is your score here?
Yeah. Like we said before, my first watch, you guys know how I feel about Daniel Day-Lewis. He's one of my top actors of all time. I love pretty much everything he's in. So I've had very high hopes, and it did not falter to, but again, going off what Jasmine said, everything was great about this movie. The acting, I know we didn't touch on it a lot, but the score, was incredible.
Oh yeah,
I love that kind of music, and it just worked for every scene. But yeah, I think this probably ranks second in my PTA films.
Nice.
With my the third best performance by Day-Lewis. I'm going to give it a 4.75.
Okay.
Solid.
I'll go next. I'll save Connor for the end. Yeah, this blew me away. I mean, so much so that I watched it twice in 2 days. The last time I did that, I don't remember the last time I've done that specifically, but the last time I've been so enamored by a piece of media that I wanted to rewatch it or watch a continuation is when I watched the Before trilogy, which I saw basically in the span of 1.5 days. I watched all 3 because I was blown away. I had that same feeling watching this movie. It's essentially perfect. The score, the cinematography, the acting, just the romance, it just works on every level. It's a 5. It's a 5. I can't not give it anything less than that. Which brings us to Connor. What are you giving this movie?
What, your second 5?
I don't give a lot of 5s. I gave it to Sinners, and I gave it to this movie.
Damn. Well, it's another 5 for me too.
Oh, wow.
This is what I guess it took a rewatch for me to kind of grasp just how perfect this movie is. And maybe it's like seeing some other PTA movies recently too. But there is something just so beautiful with how simple it is and how atmospheric it is. The performances are all perfect. The story is just so rich. I love the characterization of both Reynolds and Alma. And I mean, this is just, it's so accessible. It's so easy to watch that I'll probably just keep rewatching it.
Mm-hmm. Well, friends, this is a monumental moment because we have a new number 1 film on our list here. Out of all 57 films that we have reviewed on this podcast, this is number 1 with an average score of a 4.94. Sam, are you sure you don't want to bump yours up to a 5?
I'm sure.
Damn.
He's like, I'm actually going to bump it down.
I if you follow my Letterboxd, I rarely give out 5 stars.
Yeah.
So I'm very picky on my 5 stars.
Well, this was an amazing movie. I think we all agree across the board. And is usurped Jaws, which is a sad day for Connor, I'm sure, as the number 1 rated film.
Still there.
There it is. So with that said, that is going to do it for this episode. But before we wrap it up, Sam, it was your birthday this month, and
it was.
We have an extra episode here in the PTA month, so we're going to give you a birthday pick. So I don't know what that was.
I don't know
either. So you have led us on and not told us what your choice is until now. So please reveal what is your choice for us to be reviewing next week on this episode.
So it is my birthday pick. So I decided to go back a ways and pick one of my childhood favorite movies.
And I have a feeling I know where this is going.
I had a couple in mind, but instead of because I was like, maybe I'll just do like a spin and we could pick. But I really wanted to review this movie because I really want to see how you guys feel about it. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be watching and reviewing Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh, interesting. Not what I was expecting. But with that said, I'm looking forward to next week's episode. And if you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating, subscribe, follow us on your favorite podcast platform. It really helps us out. Lets us know we're doing a great job. And lets us know that you're enjoying what we're putting out. You can go to our social media. Those will all be linked in the show notes below. Go to our TikTok. We're posting clips of this podcast all the time. So if you want to see us talk about how terrible of a name Reynolds Woodcock is, we'll probably have that in short form on TikTok. We can catch those and much more smaller moments. You can Go to our website, firstpicturehouse.com, for written content that we have. We have a huge log of reviews and articles there that you can check out. And you can follow us on Letterboxd. Follow Jasmine on Letterboxd. Also, follow her on TikTok, by the way. I didn't mention that, but follow Jasmine on TikTok. That'll also be linked in the show notes. Yeah, with that said, that's going to do it for this episode of the Filmbox Podcast, and we will see you next time.
See ya.
Don't eat too many mushrooms.